They saw a blonde little chubby leg spinner, they thought, oh, here's the next Shane Warne. He was a freak at getting inside a batter's mind. You learn from your experiences, find ways that you want to play. Yeah, it is the ultimate test, isn't it? It's just going to make for such an amazing series. Yeah, two great teams going at it. It's going to be good fun.
Welcome back to The Switch. We're in Central Park in New York. You spend a lot of time here, don't you?
Yeah, I do. You know, I really enjoy it here. Yeah, we got a place in the city, so yeah, we have vacations here quite a bit.
Yeah.
You know, the park's beautiful where we are right now. I run around the park quite regularly.
When you're on Instagram, I do see you're doing your running and you're doing your training, because I've always wondered, I'm like, you're still playing for Australia, you're the best batter in the world, and you spend a lot of time in the US, especially in New York. Like, how do you get your training done?
Yeah, I don't do much batting here.
Yeah.
You know, I do come here and, you know, I'm working with the trainer. It's a nice place to work out. It's, you know, great time of the year right now at fall. Temp's beautiful.
Yeah. Fall or autumn? Have you become all American on me? Where's your other place in Coogee? What would you say? Would you say fall or autumn?
It'd be autumn. Yeah.
Exactly. So don't start your nonsense with me, Mr. Smith. Do you like the freedom here in the US where you can just be you?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty chilled, yeah. So, no, always something going on in the city. You can, you know, shows, bars, restaurants, sport.
Yeah.
They got it all. And then if you want to just relax and do whatever.
It could be a place that you just think, you know, one day maybe finish off here, or is Australia still the place?
No, Australia's home.
Yeah.
I think here's just a place we like to come and have vacation and cruise around and spend a bit of time. Bit of golf this time of the year. I'll probably play a couple of times a week. So.
Another cricketer that plays golf, sure.
Go to a cafe somewhere, maybe have some breakfast. There's heaps of good Aussie cafes here which make good coffee, which is always good.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, head out to the golf course and then come back.
What's
maybe
your
have
handicap?
a dinner somewhere. 11 at the moment. I'll get down there eventually and be able to take you on.
I've seen your golf swing actually. It's improving.
It's on the improve, yeah.
It is improving.
Yeah.
Was cricket your first love? Because I know you've got a love for tennis as well. Was cricket your thing?
It was, yeah. I played tennis in the off season just because I loved it and loved the hand-eye coordinations and keeping them up and footwork and things like that. Cricket was always my thing. You know, since I was about 4 years old, I reckon I picked up a cricket bat and just never wanted to put it down. So.
And you literally don't put it down?
I put it down every now and again these days. These days I do, but yeah, for a while there it was pretty tough to get it out of my hands.
I mean, you taxis for your children. Were your parents the same?
Yeah, big time. Dad mainly took me out to all the games. He loved it and really fortunate. Dad used to work from home, so every afternoon after school we'd be down the nets and working on my game. So yeah, I think he was a huge part of the reason I've got to sort of where I have in the game. The one thing that I've always said I think was really beneficial was, so when I was, say, 10 years old, he'd bowl from the crease line. I'd get to 11, he'd bowl like a foot over the line. I'd get to 12, he'd go 2 foot over the line, to the point where he was almost probably, when I was like
Practice
15.
hard, play easy.
Yeah, like when I was 15, he was probably halfway down the wicket bowling at me, and it was always like, if you're facing this in the nets, it's going to be quicker than anything you face in the game. So one thing that, you know, it's difficult to teach is time. So, you know, all the, I think, best batters that have ever played have just had a lot of time.
You obviously got taught it by your dad coming over and stepping over. So it was a lot quicker. So at your age, you were facing deliveries from your dad. I mean, he would have been a big guy and he would have been intimidating, and he's running in and he's going over the line and he's sending it.
Yeah, I mean, I think as you get older, it's probably more difficult to learn that art, I suppose. Yeah, like I said before, I think all the best batters that have ever played, they all look like they've just got so much time facing fast bowling. So, yeah, that was the kind of reason behind that, and yeah, I think it worked out well for me.
You are the best batter in the world at the moment. Was that the mindset from the start? Like, let's drill him, or was it very sort of, if you want it, you can go and get it and we'll support you?
Yeah, no, it was very much that. It was you know, I just loved it, so I always wanted to be the best I could be. So, you know, I didn't have to get pushed into anything really. It was, you know, I was always there wanting to bat and bowl and field. I just loved the game so much that I was just, do my best. But I've always, you know, wanted to work on that and be involved in the game. And I think that's why I started as a spin bowler initially in my international career, getting you out a few times, I might add. But
I was going to get there, but I thought that, you know what, I'd get there first, and you've now just given me an absolute belter. I'm the one asking the questions here, Mr. Smith. This is a big thing, right? Because I was a bowler.
Yeah.
I became a batter. I mean, I was rubbish until I was 18 years of age. I played second team, third team. Only in my last term of school did I go on to play first team cricket and then play some sort of provincial level and then get to a stage where I thought, you know what, I can actually play this game. What was the turning point for you? Because you were rubbish.
So
you were rubbish.
Yeah, that's all right.
No, I'm just telling you, you were rubbish. You just planted it on me over there.
I reckon you told me that a few times out in the middle too.
I did.
So yeah, I wasn't.
That won't stop, by the way.
I wasn't entirely happy where my game was at, and I think particularly when you're bowling and bowling leg spin, I mean, it's the hardest art in the game, I think, to do it consistently in long form cricket.
Yeah.
My time at training was split between batting, bowling, trying to be the best fielder I could be, and I was like, yeah, it's cool being involved in the game so much and doing all these different things, but it's also difficult with the amount of hours you got to put in.
Yeah, you've got to nail one, right? So to be an international player, you got to nail one. Like.
Yeah, absolutely. And I was doing a bit of everything. So it was kind of like, I was always a batsman growing up, and I always wanted to be a batsman. I literally just bowled because I enjoyed it. But then, 2012, so I played a few test matches against you in 2010 in Australia.
You did?
And then
I remember you getting me out in Adelaide. I mean, it was one of the worst deliveries I've ever faced in international cricket, and I hit you straight to deep. Don't come with mid on. It was long on. It was on the boundary at the Adelaide Oval.
That was a one-day game, wasn't it?
It was a one-day game. I was thinking, lying in bed last night, when did this clown get me out? And that right there was front and centre of my mind.
T20 World Cup final, where you guys unfortunately won.
Did we win the World Cup?
Caught long off. I reckon I got you caught mid-wicket once as well.
I really rated you, you know. I thought, you know what, let me defend him. I don't think so. On leg spin, how much did you speak to the king about leg spin? I mean, obviously, Warne, he loved talking about cricket. He loved young leg spinners. You've got the blonde hair, you've got blue eyes. So Warne must have thought, you know what, there's something in this kid. Did you speak to him a lot about leg spin bowling?
A little bit when I first started, when I was still bowling. Before I played my first 2 tests as a spinner. I worked with him a couple of times down in Melbourne around the Boxing Day test, and he was, incredible. Obviously, his record speaks for itself. Absolutely. He was a freak. So, a couple of really good sessions with him, and I felt when I walked away from them, I was a better bowler every time.
Yeah. He made you just feel like you're the best player because he's so good with his head, or was it technical?
It was mainly technical, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't really dive too much into the mindset, which I think is what he did so well.
He was amazing.
He was a freak at getting inside a batter's mind and, doing all that. But I think that's actually why I got my first opportunity to play. We were searching for a spinner after Warne. I reckon we went through about 12 different spinners, and I was just one of them. They saw a blonde little chubby leg spinner. They thought, oh, here's the next Shane Warne. Definitely wasn't going to be the case, but look, you never knock back playing for your country. Yeah, I had a beautiful little googly. Yeah, not too bad.
How many test wickets have you got? See, I'm supposed to have done my research, but I was not going to waste my time on seeing how many wickets you got.
16 or 17, I reckon.
I got 10.
Yeah.
So not far off. So my dodgy off spin was actually almost as bad as yours.
I got to 2012 and I was like, not happy where my game's at. I want to play for my country. I want to be successfbe and I thought the best way to do that was let go of my bowling, concentrate all my time on my batting and my fielding, and from there I'll be able to work hard in the nets. I'll be able to hit as many balls as I want, which I love doing. Huh? When I was younger, I hit more balls than I hit now, but I just hit and hit and hit, and not. Sometimes I wasn't even working on anything. I just like to feel the bat on ball. I like to play a nice defensive shot and just feel it smack the middle of the bat. I just enjoyed batting.
You and Manus have actually got this thing, this social media, this no run. I mean, it's mad. Even my son does it. Like in the nets, I'm going, dude, just stop it. Like that's not how you bat. You don't just blog a no run. Just shut up. Where did that come from?
No, I think for me, when I do that, it's when I'm really in the zone and I'm focused.
You're right.
I don't really go out there and with a mindset to carry on like that. But I think when I'm in the zone and everything's flowing, it's when I get into that kind of into the battle, and
Absolutely.
I don't know, everything's sort of over the top, and it just sort of
but it's a good point, because not many people understand what the zone is.
Yeah.
And when you are facing somebody who's fast and there's a lot on the line, to actually get your foot movement going and to get your body moving, to get your head and your eyes in position, you've got to sometimes just over-exaggerate some of your movements. That's all you do.
Yeah, definitely, to get yourself into that right mindset.
2012, you talk about really focusing on your batting.
Yeah.
There was a shift in the batting order. You got more responsibility with the bat.
Played a little bit at 5 and 6, and then worked my way up to 3 and then back to 4. But yeah, I had some good players around at that stage to sort of watch and learn off.
Who were they? Who would you say was your guy that really helped you with the baggy green? Who's the guy in the Australian side that you turned to?
I wouldn't say...
Did you play with Huss at all?
I'd played a couple of games, yeah, when the start of my career, before I actually became a batter.
Yep.
So it was pretty early. Michael Clark, I thought, was a nice player to watch. He, you know, particularly a player of spin, he played it really well. I learned a bit off him in India, just watching him play. You learn from your experiences. You find ways that you want to play, you find ways you want to score, find ways you're happy to get out sometimes.
Happy to get out?
You're never happy to get out, but you're happy to get out certain ways for scoring opportunities, you know. That's our game, right? The game's to score runs, not just survive, I suppose. So, you know, get hit on the pad, or happy to nick one out there playing on a rough surface where you're trying to get after the game a bit more, or something like that. So, you know, put in the risk and reward. There's plenty happening here in the park. There's a few wildlife, probably a squirrel up the tree there.
Thought a tree was falling over. But let me just flip to your technique quickly, because your technique isn't orthodox.
Yeah.
Played against Shivanarayan Chanderpaul, and I mean, Chanderpaul was so square on. He was batting like this. Did you work at that as a technique, or did you just think, this works for me and I'm just going to grind? And you talked about your eyes. Yeah. You obviously picked that ball so early.
Yeah, I mean, you got to watch that ball as closely as possible. I mean, that's the thing that's coming down at you. But I think the beauty of our game is everyone plays differently. If everyone batted the same, it'd be boring. So to have guys batting in different ways, I think it makes it really interesting. So, you know, I like moving around the crease and just trying to set still a stable base, but I like getting in positions. Depends how far my trigger movement is. It changes every second day. I might be outside leg stump by about that far, or inside. Depends how I'm feeling, and
You can change. Every day can be different for you.
Yep.
Really? What's wrong with you?
I don't know. Good question.
Come on, answer the question.
I don't know the answer.
That's the
problem.
Big question.
No, I like to move across, obviously, and try and leave myself a little bit open. I think I'm a very bottom hand player.
Yep.
So I control a lot of my grip with my bottom hand, which is, I think, a lot from tennis as well. I kind of hold my bat how I held my tennis
I did the
racket.
same with the squash as a kid.
Yeah. So I think use both hands. You know, you see a lot of players that are very disarm and square arm, and then almost the way they drive the ball, they kind of slice it off a little bit. I use this hand to kind of control my face, and I've always found swing bowling not too difficult to play, because I think this gets me out of trouble, and I can react late with my hands to track the ball, I suppose. Having a technique that works for you is important, and the way you want to play.
Have you got anyone? Have you got a mentor? Have you got anyone you can just tap into?
No, I've always
just do your own thing.
Just done it myself. I figure it out and
look at footage. Just rolling around New York.
Look at footage. See when I play well. I like looking at when I play well, not so much when I play poorly. And then I'm like, righto, I can do that against this. Perfect.
The Switch is brought to you by Duelbits News, and they are giving you a chance to win.
This signed cricket backed by the one and only Steve Smith. I've also unfortunately snuck in on the top. All you need to do is subscribe to the channel and drop a comment below. Keep your eyes on our social channels for the winner. Good luck. Superstitions? I think I know that you've got a few. I know that you don't sleep during a test match. You won't sleep until you batted in the first innings.
Yeah, I'd probably struggle until I've batted in the first innings, and then I'm pretty chilled. Even if I go out and face like 5 balls in the first innings and it's the end of the night or something like that, I'd be fine. But until I've actually gone out and played that first innings, I don't know. I've always struggled.
Is it nerves? Is it?
No, it's excitement, and I've kind of used that time to visualise. So
yeah, because I've read so many things about you standing in your room, you take your bats back and you just shadow bat and you shadow bat and you shadow bat.
I do some shadow batting, but most of my some, not as much as I used to, but most of my visualisation happens when I should be sleeping. So, you know, it's not probably something you'd say is normal or something you'd tell people to do, but
not normal.
That's where I do my visualisation, and once I get out there and start playing, then I'm good and I'll sleep after that. I'm not too superstitious. I tie my shoelaces to my socks. That's about, you know, the extent of it.
Doing my research on what Brad Haddon said about throwing balls to you.
Yeah.
And you got 100 the once, and then he had to keep throwing balls to you every morning. You were just like, where is Haddon? Where's Haddon? Hads. He's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But he did say, he qualified himself there, and he said, you know what, if Steve Smith gets 100 after 100 after 100, I'll throw ball after ball after ball.
It was against India. It was the start of the summer, and then I think I went 400s in the 4 test matches. So then it was locked away. He had to keep throwing them in.
Ashes cricket, the best kind of cricket for you? Is Test cricket still your thing?
Yeah, definitely. I think it is the ultimate test, isn't it? It's, you know, 5 days or quite often 3 days these days on some of the wickets we're playing on.
In India now, England went 5 on 5. I mean, I don't think there was a test match that didn't go.
Oh, that's England, isn't it? They want those flat surfaces.
They got real flat surfaces.
They're not going to get those this summer, I can tell you. It's been as tricky as I've seen batting
in Australia.
Last 4 years, I think batting in Australia is as tricky as I've seen, particularly for the top order. It's going to seem all over the place.
But you guys don't have a top order. Australia doesn't have a top order. You're the only both can bat it, and your batting starts at 4.
No. That's not fair. That's not fair.
No, but talking about Test match cricket, what are your views on Test match cricket? You're obviously one of the big 4. You're the number 1 batter in the world. People listen to opinions, and there's so many different ways and directions that Tests are going, and with all these franchise leagues, and I mean, we're in the US now. The US has a league. Everyone has a league now.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully. I think, you know, I love the game. I think it's, you know, a true test of everything. Nothing better than getting in a battle with a bowler, and you know, you got to get through a difficult spell or something like that. So the games where it goes to the last session on that 5th day, when there's results all on the card,
nothing beats it.
It's so exciting, and it's nothing beats it.
Especially if you haven't slept for 3 days.
You're pretty cooked by then.
You can't remember the first 2 days. How much does Ashes cricket mean to you? I mean, you've got a huge summer coming up now. England are sitting pretty. You'll be back to Australia very soon to prepare. Monster.
Oh, it's going to be huge. I think first couple of days of Perth are already sold out from what I've heard. So, yeah, I think it's going to be a great summer of cricket. I think England are playing really good cricket at the moment. They play obviously a very aggressive brand, which is going to be interesting to see how that holds up.
Especially since you just said the wickets.
Correct, yeah. So, you know, I think 2 really good pace attacks going at each other. I think the team that scores the most runs, the batters that do the best, I think are going to dictate the series. So, yeah, I think it's going to be great. I'm excited by it.
How much does it excite you? I mean, you're 36 years of age now. Yeah. I don't know if you're going to play for another year, 2, 3, 4 years, whatever you decide you'll do. You still love it.
I do, yeah. It's going to be great. I mean, I think the 2 teams at the moment are both playing really good cricket, so I think it's just going to make for such an amazing series. You know, I think our last series back in England was a good one, but I think this is going to top it. I think it's 2 great teams going at it. It's going to be good fun.
You play a couple of the leagues, franchise tournaments. Is the IPL still the pinnacle? Because we played together in, was it Pune?
Pune, a long time ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago.
I think it's still the premier T20 tournament, isn't it? So all the players enjoy playing it. I think you're coming up against the best players from all over the world. Obviously, the Indian players don't play in any of the other leagues. So, yeah, I'd love to be part of the IPL again. You know, I've enjoyed playing some of the shorter form cricket, opening the batting the last couple of years. I think it suits the way I like to play. I think any player probably wants to bat up there, but yeah, I've enjoyed it. So
you're going to go in the auction?
I'll be in the auction, yeah, and we'll see how we go.
Base price?
Max.
Why wouldn't it be? Which leads me actually on to one of the last topics I want to talk to you about, the Fab Four. You're obviously part of the Fab Four, you, Virat, Joe and Kane. And that's generated because of statistics, and it's generated because of how good you are over a long period of time. Is that something that you think about?
Nah, I mean, people can write what they want and come up with their little sayings, but yeah, it doesn't fuss me. I kind of do my thing, enjoy it, try and be the best player that I can be and help any team that I play for, whether it be a T20 team, Sydney Sixers or Washington Freedom, whatever. Try and have success and try and score runs to help that team. So that's essentially it. I think my next big goal is actually to try and make the Olympic team. That's what that's my goal. I think it'd be cool to represent your country at the Olympics.
Especially spending so much time in the US.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be in LA, so that'll be cool. But yeah, I think that's my next goal.
That means you got to start slogging them.
Yeah, I got to start swinging harder.
That means you need to play a few more leagues. That means you need to strike at about 150, you need to bomb sixes, and you need to bat at the top of the order.
That's it, and that's why I stopped playing one-day cricket, just so I could play a few more leagues. You know, I played in the 100 recently, on some minefields there, which wasn't ideal for opening the batting, but I want to play some more sort of short format cricket, try and keep putting my name up there. I think the team's pretty difficult to get into right now. They're playing really good, but you know, all I can do is keep knocking the door down, and yeah, you know, when 28 rolls around, hopefully my name's there.
I remember Justin Rose, and he just said it's one of the greatest feelings that he's ever had. You've achieved everything. You've won the World Cups, you've done the Ashes, you've done absolutely everything. That would be something special, a gold medal in the Olympics.
It would, and that's the appeal, I suppose. You know, I've watched many Olympics and watched the Australian athletes compete, and you know, it looks great fun. Yeah, that's my next goal. We'll see how it all ends up.
How do you want to be remembered? What do you worry about that stuff?
Yeah, no, I'm super chilled. You know, I'm lucky. I've obviously had quite a long career for Australia.
And a brilliant career.
Had a lot of fun along the way, and when it comes to an end, then it comes to an end. And you know, I'm sure I'll still remain in the game in some aspect, whether it's bit of commentary maybe somewhere, or you know, some coaching consultancy, or one of the leagues around the world or something. Teach some young kids how to bat. But no, look, it's been good fun, and yeah, we'll see where it all ends up.
You've been an unbelievable sport. Thank you for today.
Pleasure.
Absolutely loved it. Steve Smith, what a guy.